Beer Man. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Well, at the moment, it's just me. Hey, what's up, Paul? Um, yeah, how are you guys doing tonight, today? I said everything wrong. I'm all nervous and by myself. No, let's start over. How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you are from in this beautiful world? It is a barley wine month, definitely. English forward or American forward barley wines. It could even be a cuvee, whether it's whatever your mix, if it's a bottle that already has something, I've got something like that as well. So, um, yeah. So I'm just going to show this off and cheers to you guys. Cheers to Paul there. I've got one from Hair of the Dog out of Portland, Oregon. They're a pretty known brewery, at least in our neck of the woods, but I think they're pretty known like elsewhere as well. Their food's really good. There's Bumpy. Right on, man. Cheers, dude. I'll just wait on mine, actually. I'll let Bumpy share his first.
He's curious now, too.
I'm here.
You're here. What's up, Bumpy? Oh, yeah.
I got sour cream on my face. Oh, this is on the wrong thing. Oh, wait, hold on. That's why.
Oh, you're right, dude. Thanks for being here.
Wrong camera.
Everyone, Bumpy Road Brewery.
I'm having fajitas tonight.
Nice. Sounds yum.
All right, let's change that. I'm going to change my camera now.
I was fumbling. Oh, my God. Glad you're here.
There we go. Here I am. Yeah.
Cheers to Bumpy for being here. Thank you, man. Boy, that looks good. Yummy. Well, if you're ready, I'll let you. I'll wait till you. Yeah. Let you share yours off, and maybe we'll get miscellaneous in here or something like that. Who knows?
All right.
Sweet. I'm gonna put you up there.
No more sour cream. That was quite the entrance. Sorry. Yeah, my stepdaughter was using the computer, so I was taking some bites of my fajita, and awesome. Here I am. So the barley wine that I'm bringing is from Stoneface Brewing Company. They're out of Newington, New Hampshire, and this one is a barley wine that Madeira barrel aged. I believe Madeira is a wine. Says this barrel will age well, drink it now, or store upright in a cool, dark place. 50 to 55 degrees, best served cool, not cold. Sheer or don't. Comes in at 10.7% ABV. And
nice.
Yeah, I believe Madeira is wine, so it should be a wine barrel aged barley wine.
There you go.
So I'll go ahead and I'll open it up so you can get a look-see. Ooh, it's got a hiss. That's good. Just picked this up this year from Stoneface Brewing. Went there with John and Ellie when he was visiting. So he should have one of these as well, unless his girly friend gave it away. But yeah, it pours with a very tight bubbled head. It's a little bit off-white. Color of the beer itself is a very deep mahogany red. It is see-through, but it's just so dark red that on camera, because of where the lighting is, you can't see it like I can see it.
Oh yeah.
Try to move my hand.
It does have a nice red tint to it.
Beautiful red hue.
Nice.
Yeah, and lots of lots of deep fruit notes and oakiness and stuff like that. So sweet.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Thank you, Bumpy. Cheers. We got Eric here, man. Cheers,
Cheers,
Thomas.
everybody. Thanks for joining Beer Man's channel of YouTube, including the panel and the chat over to our right side that way. So this is a barley wine. It says vintage 2018. It's batch number 45563. It is made by who makes this thing? It says the Meantime Brewing Company, which makes the Thomas Hardy ales. This is the Thomas Hardy's Ale Golden Edition 50th anniversary. Damn.
Nice.
Vintage 2018. If you can even read that, probably not. And this is the 50th anniversary of. It celebrates 50 years since the first vintage in 1968. So that's 50 years ago in 2018. And this is a 13% ABV barley wine. It's a 11.5 ounce bottle. And this is numbered and vintage dated to be stored for 4 years, even over 25. It's bottle conditioned. And this bottle conditioned ale matures in flavor like fine wine. Okay, sure. Things we know about barley wines. This is an English style barley wine, so it's not going to have necessarily, unless this one shows it, it's not going to necessarily have the upfront bitter notes of an American style barley wine. Yeah. Let's pour a little bit out. I don't want to pour the.
It's nice looking beer.
Let's see. I poured 0 head, as one would expect for a high ABV kind of style beer. It's got a nice chestnut, maybe more like almost like a really dark kind of orangey note to it. Little to no head, as you see, and look at the lacing, or look at the legs just clinging to the side of the glass. Very interesting looking stuff. And there is, I don't know if there's any sediment, but it's super murky looking. We'll see how this goes. Cheers.
Yeah, I poured no head. It's pretty though. It's a pretty color. I like the.
It's got quite the aroma. Cheers.
Thanks, Eric. Right on. Cool. So I was saying that I got one from Hair of the Dog out of Portland, Oregon. They've got some really good food there as well. Really good Reubens. But yeah, they've been around a long time. Actually, this is 11.5%. I want to say it's more on the American side. Yes, it is. Yeah, they went northwest all the way on this. So yeah, Hair of the Dog, Doggy Claws. I needed this today. I needed a Hair of the Dog, and it's finally kicking in. So I can't wait to have this. Let's pour this thing. I didn't show you. Sorry.
Right on. Oh, there it is. It looks very Soviet or something.
It does kind of look that
communistic.
Way. Yeah.
Communistic.
This is a festive reverent. What the fuck? Anyway, let's open it. Whoa, that's got some pop. Nice caramel colored beer on the pour.
Yeah, much more head than I ever did.
Yeah.
I tilted that glass.
Oh. So this is definitely a caramel, dark caramel in your guys' view.
Yeah.
In my view, it's like it's like a darker caramel, I guess, but poured about a 2-finger head, nice tan head. Oh, that smells real good. That smells festive, actually.
Nice.
It smells spices. It's really nice. Cool. Well, let's get back to Bumpy and show your stuff off.
This is about
review time.
All right. Let's dig in deeper to this.
You see Middlefer's comment?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a rush to. Sorry.
Woo!
I didn't know I had anything in my ear until. Yeah, the aromas. It's pretty like fruity. It's got a lot of like kind of cherry notes, a bit of a little bit winey, maybe a little slight hint of like a red wine vinegar. Darker fruit, like a bit plum. There seems to be like a molasses type note in there as well. molasses or brown sugar, somewhere around there. It's kind of this sweeter, overcooked sugar smell, a bit more than caramel. Actually, now that I say caramel, maybe like toffee, apple esque.
Mm.
Yeah, the barrel notes in there get a little bit of that kind of like oak, but it's definitely a wine soaked oakiness. All right, cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
or they say in England, cheers. Ooh, mine's good.
Yeah, kind of a medium body. Carbonation is like medium, lower side medium. Uh, a little bit thin feeling, but it does have that kind of amount of flavor of that medium body. It's not super thin on the mouth, but there is a thinness to it. Lots of like first sip. I see caramel actually on the flavor, coming off like a little bit of like a burnt sugar. There seems to be that kind of slight apple note. A little bit of that plum, darker fruit. Some darker bread notes, kind of what you might find out of a dunkel. The oakiness is there. It does have that kind of red wine vinegar thing going as well. What did I say it was 10.7% ABV. There's no like alcohol flavors in it. There's no real warming as well. It is leaving a stickiness on my lips, unless that's just the fajita. But
Fajitas and barley wine. Mm. Good combination, but fajitas and barley wine.
yeah, kind of a tail end, like a slight bitterness on the finish. Kind of seems to be a bit woody, earthy toned. Yeah, not bad. I'd say that Moderna barrel definitely shows up on the forefront. That's like the first thing you really notice. I kind of talked about it later, but I was just, when you start thinking about what you're tasting, I was getting that kind of caramel note and stuff like that. And there, the slight plumminess, some of the darker bread notes. Yeah, no, it's definitely a sticky one. There is a bit of like a molasses finish as well, kind of coming up now after getting through that kind of bittering finish, that earthy and woody tone, like I said. So it's not super sweet at all throughout. I wouldn't say that there's a real cloyiness or real contrast from beginning to finish. It kind of stays in that flat plane and a little bit of a bitterness at the end. So
nice.
It's balanced.
Yeah. Sounds good though. Sounds interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
That was a lot of stuff in that. That was pretty complex. Cool, man. Thank you, Bumpy.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, you're fine. You're
good. All right, so again, we are drinking. Thomas Meadows drinking on the Thomas Meadow with Thomas beer. Thomas Hardy's Ale, 50th anniversary since the year from 1968 to 2018 is their 50th anniversary. The first year they made this beer, and this is their golden edition, their barley wine. And there's a bunch of stuff written in some nice cursive writing. I will not read the whole thing for you. Beer Advocate gave it a 92 for an English barley wine, and it's 13% ABV. Nice little percentage point for a Wednesday. Ooh, middle of the week beer, right? No, not really. So we talked about that. We talked about that nice dark orangey, murky brown kind of color with no head, and the legs. Oh, I wonder if you can kind of see them clinging to the sides of the glass over there. Very leggy, as one would expect. The smell on it is definitely is almost, I want to say, like mold, like MULLED, mold fruits, like you would get in a mulled wine over like the past holiday we just experienced in December. Definitely dark figs and raisins and dark fruits and plums, and not really any cherry notes that I can pick up here. Definitely deep dark brown bread. Pumpernickel, maybe? Sure, yeah, like toasty brown bread, marmalade jam spread all over that with your figs and fruits. What else? Caramel, deep caramel, and Bumpy used the terminology of like a cooked or like a burnt sugar. That's sort of where that's going to. It's not a very, it is caramel forward, but I would say more of like the cooking smell of that sugar as it's kind of warming is definitely what I'm getting. Almost even like a syrupiness, maybe not quite as like appley up front, but maybe something appley or pear pie with the crust and the cinnamon and the breadiness to it as well. Maybe something like that too. There's definitely a minerality to it from the water.
That works.
Like that. Yeah, I mean, you can tell it's there's a twinge of something sort of funky in there too, and some of the 13% is letting you know that you're going to be drinking a bigger beer. So let's drink that on camera. Cheers.
Nice, cheers, man.
Party ale, English barley. It is what's the temperature, like 34 degrees out of the refrigerator, so it's going to warm up. It's going to change a little bit. Right now it does have like a mulled cider, almost kind of a note in there. That pear and apple-y kind of a thing is in there too, mixed with the toffee and the caramel, however you want to pronounce that word. Definitely a cooking, the sugars have not developed fully yet into the caramel. It's going in that direction. That's the kind of a flavor it is. That, again, that brown bread or pumpernickel bread toasted with a fruit kind of preserved jam on it. Underneath all of that is definitely your darker malts. Those bready malts are right under that, is where that comes into play. And you're definitely getting the darker fruity notes in there as well. Just a dark, deep, rich flavor in there. And I would say, I could be wrong, but in my head, I feel like the alcohol of 13% is there's a noticeable percentage. It's basically in weight. It doesn't really feel too hot or anything like that until after a little while, and it kind of warms the chest area down. But to me, at least, I feel like alcohol is what's giving it more of a bitterness than any kind of hoppiness. I think hops are in here, if anything, to balance some kind of sweetness, but I don't even know if it's really truly doing that. But not a hoppy forward beer like an American barley wine. So the body is a medium plus to me in that full body direction. It is sticky. It's got a chewy texture to it, if that makes any sense. So I guess I would say it's more towards the full body. It's got a chewy texture. It's sticky. Every time I drink the beer, I kind of make that chewing face there, like I'm trying to chew on a piece of bread or something that's got all the fruit notes and the fruit jams on it. So very interesting beer. I am not off put by that, but you will. It does dry after some time, but initially you're getting a lot of the malty, fruity aspect to it that's leaving some nice sweetness as it dries. There's not any acridness to it or a real acidity to this beer. So it's a nice, pleasurable barley wine from the country that knows a thing or two about barley wine, England. Cheers, everybody! I'm pretty happy.
It looks casky, like the pull, like the what are those called? The cast things or whatever you call them
Legs.
that you pump.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, I just They
Yeah, it
pull
looks like that without the carbonation.
They have the casks in the basement of the facility, and they
Right.
pump it. That's what they do.
Yeah,
And
that's
it's really, really good towards room temperature. I think you'll get even more stickiness, even more sweetness, even more malt forwardness. So as this warms up a little bit, when we come back around, I will see what, if anything, has changed in that regard.
Nice.
It'll be a
Thanks, man.
fuller
Right
beer
on.
when it's warm, I believe this.
Cool. Cheers, Eric.
Cheers. Mine's as warm as it's going to get because it's been sitting out.
Oh,
Just a reminder, we have the Thomas Party. Yeah, this was $7 or $8.99, yeah, for a single bottle. But I'd say it's worth it at $13. You can pour half of it, and I might even just cap it and save it for a little later.
I like the bottle. That's a cool bottle.
You can't see anything through it.
It's got a style to it. It's nice.
All right,
man. Yeah, dude, this one's weird, dude. It's got like it's definitely American. I was looking it up. Untapped says American. They scored it's 80 IBUs, 11.5%, and it's got a 3.82 overall. Going into the nose, right away you're getting a red apple caramel. Caramel and red apple is the first thing I get, like a fair apple, like something you get on a stick and eat, that gooey caramel. It's got that aroma in there. A very nice, kind of a sweet, salty kind of smell. That's really all I get. It's so like, boom. I don't know if this was barrel aged or anything like that. It doesn't smell like it was. But yeah, that's all I'm getting. So I probably could get into this more. I don't know. Let's see. It's got there's like a nutmeggy thing, like a eggnog is what I'm getting. I don't know why I'm getting eggnog. It says festive, but I have no idea what the hell they mean by that exactly. It's got little Jewish candles on it and stuff and everything. So it must be a Christmas one of theirs. I don't know. But yeah, eggnog comes through. It's an apple, a red apple, like a nice Washington red apple. Heck yeah. So looking at it again, just a nice opaque beer. It's not totally opaque. You can kind of get some shine through it. But just a nice caramel looking beer. Smells caramely and looks caramely. Yeah, let's get into this. I'm sick of looking at it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Very bitter. Toffee and caramel and piney bitterness in the back. Whoa. God. That's really, really pungent with the bitterness. Tastes like I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the IPA I had that was like this. No, it was the Jubile Ale. It kind of has, if you've had Jubile Ale from Deschutes Brewery, this is like that. It's got kind of it's got the apple in there. It's got some caramel. It's got the toffee, maybe a little even like butterscotchy thing. It's very dry and pointy in the finish.
Dry.
Very dry. It's not super sweet or cloying at all.
Huh.
It's not easy to drink and it's not hard to drink. It's just kind of in the middle. It's that back end that just really it picks your throat with like this real crazy piney, like resinous feel. Wow. If you like that, you might really like this. It doesn't taste like eggnog or anything like that. You do get a little nutmeg, actually. A little nutmeg spice. Apple. Caramel's kind of hidden more in the flavor than it is in the aromas. The apples coming through pretty good. I don't know. Maybe they put red apples in this. I have no idea. Overall, mouthfeel is nice and creamy. It's a nice, smooth, medium mouthfeel. Body's nice and full medium. Actually, more on the medium side. It's a little looser, but that dryness, that in the back, just like, wow, really, it takes everything, your tongue and everything, just like curls it up. Your beard goes in there with it and everything. No, it's like going down a drain.
Is it alcohol forward in its dryness?
No, I didn't say that. Yeah, no, it's not. It's very, very
Okay.
low hidden. I mean, I can't. And the retention on it. I mean, look at the head is just sticking around. It's not. It's not
Metals beer. No,
at
no.
all like yours. Yeah. I mean, Bumpy's
I got
had
the
some
worst
more,
head,
had some
but
as well though. So
nice
yeah,
light.
just who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, good, worth a shot. You know, I like it. I'm actually getting heat now from alcohol.
Yeah,
Starting
yours
to kinda
probably has
rise up.
more wheat in it or something.
Wheat?
Yeah, for the head retention. It's
Maybe.
Oh yeah,
heavy on wheat.
that's true. Yeah, it's very true. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, a good beer, a good beer, and worth a try. It's not something I would buy all the time, but I'll get into that on our last words. But yeah, cheers, you guys. Let's get back to Bumpy and let him talk about his last thoughts.
Yes. Before we get to my last thoughts, I hope that Josh had a merry last beer miss.
Ah, yeah, Josh. Last beer.
Cheers, Josh. Cheryl. All right.
What's up, Cheryl?
First off, I'm just gonna start off with saying this is not my favorite barley wine I've ever had. So therefore, it's not getting 100. So, Jeremy Vincent, if you are in the house, you can go ahead and leave now.
Oh, damn.
Now, the tasting notes that I came up with, you guys all heard what I said. If you were listening, if not, you can go back and rewatch this episode. It started off so gracefully. But I brought up the Untapped and just look at what what they said, because this is their own words. This is American barley wine. It's aged 1 year in Madeira barrel, which it still doesn't say if it's wine, but I believe Madeira is wine.
Madeira is a fortified wine from either like Spain or the Portugal or the Portuguese islands.
Okay.
There you go.
And it says
Fortified.
it has pronounced notes of caramelized sugar, dried fig. I was getting more plum, but they say dried fig, and hazelnut. I'm not picking up on a hazelnut, but I mean, I could definitely see where there's a nutty. It says evolving as it warms, which mine's already probably 70 degrees anyways, because I've left it out of the fridge since I purchased it.
Sure.
They score it pretty well on Untapped. They give it a 4.11 out of 5. I'm not sure where that's going to land as far as like a 100-point scale. I'm thinking that's probably in the low 90s anyways at that point, maybe even reaching into the high 80s. I would think. Yeah, maybe the high 80s. I don't know where that lands it. But for me, out of the barley wines that I've had on this one, I'd put one I'd put this at an 89 out of 100.
Nice.
It just doesn't have as many notes as I would like out of it. I think that the Madeira barrels definitely kind of give it that vinegary. Hey, Sadie. That vinegary-esque apple cider wine, red wine vinegar type note. It's got the few notes of that kind of richer breadiness, that darker bread. The caramel notes there. I was kind of tossing between caramel toffee and molasses, but there's a caramel note there in the flavor. I might even go more towards toffee than caramel, but I would say a molasses sweetness at the finish with that slight bitterness with the wood and earth toned hoppiness to this one. And but yeah, it just, I don't know, there's just other ones that just seem to have more flavor notes coming out of them. that just don't have that kind of vinegar-esque. It's not your food. The vinegar-esque flavors and stuff. So yeah, 89 out of 100 is my score. I don't know why I had to try to explain why I'm giving it an 89 out of 100, but I did.
Good explanation. Good explanation.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Hell yeah.
It will sneak up on you though. That's for sure. 10.7. It does not drink like a high ABV beer. It's more than wine.
You said that was in the Madeira barrels. Okay, so that's why it's so as dark as it is.
Yeah, for 1 year.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. Madeira is a dark wine.
Yeah, those are very popular wines here in Massachusetts. If you go all the way down to New Bedford, Massachusetts, on the coastline near off of the coast of Narragansett Bay, very close to Rhode Island, they have a Portuguese festival called the Festival of the Blessed Sacrament. You can get little tiny. I've never been, but I've heard people talk about it. You get these little tiny tasting cups of Madeira wines, 18%. People say that'll fuck you up. Your Portuguese wine, yeah. 45 wine.
Yeah, it'd be like drinking a cooking wine almost, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It's similar story. Yep.
Good God.
And Spanish.
Oh God. All right, 89, man. That sounds good. We'll go ahead and shout. We'll shout stuff after.
Who blocked Eric?
Me. Sorry,
you meant to get the other person.
I meant to get Vornico.
I thanked him for blocking. I thanked him for blocking our comrade in the chat. And then he blocked me.
I unblocked you.
That motherfucker, I'm leaving. No, I know. This has already changed.
What did that motherfucker say?
Who knows? He said v.tech.xxx or something. I don't know. So anyways, this has already changed in the nose to like a syrupy consistency already from what I'm smelling. Even more of that mulled cidery thing. I don't know. I do like the idea that people are. I do like the thought process that people are getting a nuttiness, because there's definitely more of a nutty quality to this one as well here. I don't think it's hazelnut. I don't think it's Brazilian or Brazil nuts. It might be like a walnuttiness, probably, I think is what I'm getting now too. A very deep, like I said, it didn't even really take too much longer. It's still kind of on the cool side, but it is warming up. And as I thought, some of that sweet malty note is ramping up. Even more of the dark fruits are coming out of this thing. And even more, it's starting to get a little bit more fusel alcohol, but I don't know. To me, it does not bother me whatsoever. It's reminding me perfectly of the style that have a little bit of alcohol present. So let's do a little tasting to end our review and score and figure out a number.
Cheers.
Ooh. Yeah, it did all those things. It presented itself very appley and pear juice-like with some of their fresher, brighter fruits. And then it went straight to mulled cider, even more of the sugariness and the dark fruits. This walnutty, dark fruity thing really shot out here with that mulled cider, mulled wine, kind of spicy flavors too. Yeah, spicy flavors, definitely. And then the alcohol is even a little bit more present at this point. That doesn't bother me. It's still not hot in the mouth, which is cool. It's just a nice warming sensation. I give a lot of 93s. Let's just go with the 94 then. Okay, sure. This is like, for me at least, I think it's more subtle than maybe barley wines can be. But I think as far as, this might even be like a 99 closer to it when we're talking about barley wines from the United Kingdom, the English style barley wines. This is pretty much on par with what my memory would tell me a barley wine from England should taste like. It's a more fruity, maltier, sweet upfront flavor as opposed to a beer like Parabola from Firestone Walker or the Sierra Nevada Bigfoot, which is a phenomenal, amazing beer that does this hybrid, really hoppy double IPA and really caramel rich figgy, chewy forward, malty flavors of the barley wines really well. So I would say definitely start with the Bigfoot if you love IPAs and never had a barley wine. Otherwise, if you do like stouts and stuff, I think the English and imperial stouts, I think this is the next step you should probably go in your journey into imperial beers. You really like imperial stouts, Baltic porters. Do you like your malts? Get you an English barley wine and see what kind of other imperial flavors you can try out there. This is a great style to branch out into. It's not a beginner style, but I think the 102 class, I think the 102 or 103 class after a couple of imperial styles and maybe imperial IPAs to go to the barley wine. So 94, excellent beer for the style, and yeah, man.
Nice.
I would say out of all the barley ones I've had, the English style has been my. I've enjoyed them more because they are on the sweeter end.
Yep.
So yeah,
I would like it too. I think I don't like
You
this.
would love this beer, man.
and
Nice.
in Milfrew, Paul there he asked the question if he knows if any of the breweries may add dark brown or Demerara sugars. I think Demerara sugars come out of Africa or India, something like that. They're I know when I've made a barley wine, I do use brown sugar.
Brown sugar.
Yeah, it helps to boost your original gravity without using so many malts. Plus, that's going to be totally used up as turning into alcohol first.
Is it drying as well?
Yeast. Yeah, it does dry it out a little bit too. Yeah.
Nice. Cool. Well, thanks, Eric. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
All right. That's a good score, 94.
94.
Man, Beer Advocate said a lot better things about this beer. They gave it like a 99. What was it? I forgot now. They gave it like a 92 overall. So, and this person really got into it. I probably should have. I mean, we have all the time in the world to get into our beers right now, but I did get it kind of like was like this road that you're traveling on, and there's different things just floating around, like going in on your tongue, and you're tasting different things. It's very complex. Like it starts out really aptly caramely, and then it kind of goes into this figgy plum kind of raisin kind of world with like toffee and caramels infusion and a nice just a real caramely feel all together, and then it starts to bitter and dry like middle through the house.
Middle through the house.
Middle way, like on the tongue, it starts to kind of go into this piney, like resinous bomb, and it dries off, and you don't get any alcohol at all, and it's scary as fuck for 11 and a half. And then it just starts to, as it goes down, you get this real crazy whirlwind of heat going up your chest and your nose. So it is a little boozy as it warms for sure. Very interesting beer. The pine is a little too much for me. I can handle some pine, but I don't like it when it's unbalanced tasting. And this kind of, I don't want to say that, but it does kind of taste unbalanced in that aspect. And I mean, these guys are renowned brewers too, so I don't know. Maybe it's just their thing, but I personally am gonna I'll give this a 90 out of 100. It's still an A range beer. It was just so well hidden with the alcohol to some extent, before it hit, and the drinkability was nice. Let's say. Until that all happened. So I did dock it down. I was gonna go a little higher with it, and then I was like, "Fuck, that fucking pine's killing me." So, yeah, let's go 90 on that. 90 out of 100. Maybe next week I'll have a better review for you guys. I'm just tired today. All right, man.
I know I'll have a better one next week because I've had it before.
Oh, good. Okay. Here, I'll move you guys around. So, thanks, guys, and thanks, chat. Let's go ahead and shout ourselves out, and yeah, heck yeah, another week of.
All right.
Beer.
Another Wednesday almost gone. Yeah, I'm Bumpy Road Brewery. On my channel, you can find my 50-point inspection videos I put out. That's basically, I'm doing a beer review, but I put it through an inspection based off 0 to 50 score, breaking it down from appearance, aroma, flavor, body of the beer to my overall appreciation of the beer. Coming up with a 50 as the best score, which would be 100 out of 100, basically. Uh, and yeah, those videos drop Wednesdays and Fridays. Just dropped one today. Met a YouTube channel, I guess, that I've never known about, but they apparently love to go to Blaze Brewery out in Maine, way up Maine. Not sure exactly where Blaze is out of in Maine, but they're way up there, anyways. And yeah, so it's interesting. You put out some videos, and sometimes you might hit somebody out there that you don't know is out there. So it's pretty cool. Other than my 50-point inspection videos, my one live stream I do on Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the start of the show. It is called New Brew. So just bring a beer that you've never had before to join up on panel. And it's a little bit of an unstructured, structured show. Do the free-for-all where everybody can just basically talk like they're in an off air and talk amongst yourselves, talk over each other, whatever, talk about whatever you basically want to talk about. And then I'll ask some questions sometimes. Sometimes we get questions coming from the panel as well, which is perfectly fine. I welcome any questions for the panel coming from any direction. And the chat's been chiming in a bit more too as well. So that's awesome because I go in there completely blind with my questions. So I don't always have a great question to ask or, have enough questions to ask. So I appreciate it when other folks can come up with something to ask of the panel.
Cool.
Right. Yeah, I really like that show. It's fun.
Good concept.
It's entertaining.
Damn straight, it's entertaining.
Yeah, it's just cool. And then I also stayed up until about 6 o'clock in the morning and answered your video. So you were wondering what time I went to bed.
Yeah, I asked if you'd gone to bed yet. I had just woke up, so.
Oh man.
I
left my dogs outside, dude. Cops came to our house this morning, wondering if we're okay because it was all abnormal. I forgot my dogs are out pooping, and I went to bed.
Man.
I know,
they have a
dude.
dinosaur pile when they were done.
No.
It was frozen, no matter what.
It was only a few hours, but damn, dude. Yeah. So sorry, dogs. Nice, dude. Yeah, check out his video for sure.
Okay. We'll do that. Yeah, man.
All right, Eric. Thanks, Bumpy.
Well, we got 6:43 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard of the United States. We're gonna go in another 45 minutes or so, right over to Masters Beer Reviews channel on YouTube for another. Well, it could be a beer review. Hell, it could be a wine review. Hell, it could be a spirit review. Hell, if you got an adult beverage, just bring one. We'll talk about whatever you randomly would like to randomly bring for a Wild Card Wednesday. This channel of YouTube, Thomas Meadow 75. I will set up the show momentarily, and we'll again talk about the Wild Card Wednesday, which is the only admittance fee is a beverage. So bring a wine, beer, spirit. Let's have some fun. And all I ask is you're not a douche. And to clarify, just being a douche means being disrespectful, talking over people, and not letting people get their words out there. I guess you know who you are if you do that. Woo! Woo! Sorry, Ronald. But I got my wrench back. Everything's good. I will help.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, dude.
So until the top of or until the next 45 minutes. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Eric.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. All right. Well, yeah. Next week, Tuesday, Beer and Cheese is going to be West Coast IPAs, West Coast style IPAs, and a cheese of choice. Probably a cheddar or something like that. If you have that in mind, or what you did this past week. There you go. 8 o'clock Eastern for that. And Wednesday will be another barley wine. So there's only 4 of them this month. So I thought there was 5, but the way it lands in January, we'll have 4. So 3 more shows of this on the barley wine. I got 3 of them in the fridge waiting to be reviewed. So yeah, be there for that at the same time. So that's 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock my time, and I think I have some beers to review in the future too this week. So look out for anything coming up. And brewery's coming along. It's coming along. Slowly but fucking surely. All right. I don't know Shirley though. Do you know Shirley? I know
Yeah,
Barbara.
she was a pilot.
I know a Sherry, not a Shirley.
I do know a Shirley. I work with a Shirley.
Yeah.
She's a cool cat, just in case she's watching.
Yeah, nice. Josh is wondering about non-alcoholic. Just with your show today, Wildcard.
I guess it's an adult-styled beverage, so you can bring it.
All right, cool.
Sure.
You heard that, Josh.
Adult-themed. Yes, bring it.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks, panel here, Bumpy Road Brewery, Thomas Metal 75. Check out their channels and subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a little comment on some of their videos, and let them know that you love them. And also, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Chat. Thank you, chat. Thank you, guys in the chat. Appreciate you as always. Thank you so much for being here and for your support. And anywhere else that this may come from Restream, thank you very much. Horny. I love it. That's a great shirt. All right, we're out of here. Cheers, guys.